Hello everybody and welcome back here to Matchday Preview here on Moors TV. Next up for Solihull Moors, it is a return to the FA Cup at DAMSON Park for the first time in 2 seasons, and standing in the way of progression is George Ellakovi's Maidstone United. And the Moors as of late have been in relatively decent form despite the 1-0 loss last weekend against Gateshead. They sit in 8th position in the National League and are only a point away from the playoff places. And for the visitors on Saturday, Maidstone United, they themselves have had a relatively indifferent season so far, but they do have games in hand in the National League South and are currently 5 points away from their own playoff berth. And last time out in the FA Cup, it took 2 games, it took extra time, and it took a penalty shootout where Man Mountain Laurie Walker proved to be the penalty king after Jamie Osborne levelled late on. And for Maidstone United, they had their own National League opposition to come by. They swept aside Ebbsfleet United 3-0. It was a brace from Aaron Blair that sandwiched an Anthony Papadopoulos goal that ensured that they would see themselves through to the first round proper of the FA Cup. And for Maidstone United, they will come into the game full of confidence. The memories of that 5th round FA Cup run last season will be fresh in the brains, as well as what will be fresh in the brain is Solihull Moors loanee John Benton scoring the winner against Hemel Hempstead last time out in the league. And as much as I would like to personally see John Benton back on a pitch here at DAMSON Park, due to loan rules, he won't be involved this Saturday. But that does not mean there are not players to watch out for. The aforementioned Aaron Blair has 7 in his last 5 and will be pivotal if Maidstone United are looking to get through to the next round of the FA Cup. And for Solihull Moors, well, the stats are the stats, and they point to one man and one man alone. He prides his trade on the left wing, and his name's Jack Stevens. You might have heard of him, I'm not too sure if you have, but he has grown in influence and confidence over the last 12 months, and he has gained 9 goal involvements in 12 league appearances this season. He's certainly stepping into a void that was left behind in the summer, and has certainly become one of the Moors' talisman to call on. And for the 2 teams that will meet here on Saturday, it's relatively simple in terms of the history of the fixture. There's been 8 meetings, and Maidstone United have not walked away with a victory as yet. And I say as yet because, of course, this is the FA Cup. It is all about giant killings. It's all about favourites and underdogs. And for Solihull Moors, they have not walked away with a victory in the first round on home territory since 2016 against Yeovil in a FA Cup replay. Are they still a thing? Oh, okay. Well, never mind. We'll move on. And for Maidstone United, for their fairy tale run last year, it started away with a first round victory against Chesham. So as always with the Matchday previews, we'll end it on a bit of a question. What wins out? Will the Moors secure a second round berth and for the first time since 2020? Or will Maidstone get their first victory ever against Solihull Moors and recreate that wonderful journey they went on last season? We, of course, like a classic here in B92. It's available on Switch Radio. It's Solihull Moors versus Maidstone United.